Oh, ma chérie, I know. You must have been so scared. How is my Suki? Okay? There'll be champagne as soon as we arrive in D.C. Ooh, I think some Chardonnay might be nice.
Didn't your mannequin just break?
Hey! Excuse me! She's Suki, not a mannequin! Therefore, she most certainly cannot ever just break. Do you intend to make an enemy of the entire fashion industry?
No. That mannequin got totally wrecked.
Tut-tut! Say another word, mister, and I shall unleash my anger!
Okay, you win. Forget I even asked about your mannequin. My bad. No more about Suki.
That's right. She's not a mannequin. We can forget this ever happened. Of course, us being top fashion designers, we're never going to remember you anyway. I don't do autographs. I'm here on my private time.
When did you become a military maniac?
This is fashion, you heathen. Retro and military, it's called. Both Suki and I are completely anti-war, of course.
Okay. But what I really wanted to know was, when did you change your clothes?
Progress cannot be stopped. When we changed is not what is important. Rather, the question should be, when can we change? Indeed, just look. The fashion we have on right now is already headed toward obscurity. It's imminent, like fluttering petals. At any moment, new inspiration is going to just explode into my brain. Like, Arv and Von.
Avant-garde!
Eureka! Yes. Your exclamation just lifted the fog from my brain in a flash. Now, say it with me. Avant-garde! This will be my next theme.
Your mannequin, is Suki really okay?
You're so persistent. Look at her smooth, perfect body. She doesn't have a mark on her. Sue. Oh, you're so good. Oh, my Suki. Suki, you are just too lovely. If I were to lose you, I doubt I could go on living.
This does look like the real Suki. So just what's going on here?
What's wrong with you?
Marshall. I'll be slapped with a match penalty if I push my luck any further. I'd better look for another way before I'm sent off for good.
Doesn't this shaking feel odd to you?
Do the emergency doors work while in flight?
It's possible to manually switch over to door mode, but just touching the controls to do so causes an alarm to sound in the cockpit. You would be better off not to get any silly ideas, sir.
What if that alarm was broken? Deactivated?
What are you planning?
I'm just trying to figure out the method of escape used by Olivia and the Vanishing Man.
Method of escape, is it?
How many emergency exits are there?
How much do you know about the Federal Aviation Regulations? They are the safety regulations as set by the Federal Aviation Administration. In accordance with them, a commercial aircraft must have enough emergency exits that all passengers can exit the aircraft within 90 seconds while only using half of them. That is what the rules state. We call it the 90-second rule.
So, how many emergency exits are there?
Mathematics are clearly not your strong suit. With crew, this aircraft can carry almost 140 people. Let's say 30 people can escape from one exit in 90 seconds. That would be one person every 3 seconds. Dividing 140 by 30 therefore indicates that at least 4.6 exits would be needed. Now, twice that are required by the regulations, which means the required number of exits is 9 or more. That means even you and your lack of math skills have a chance to escape, sir.
Could you escape by opening the windows in the cockpit?
The cockpit windows do not open. You aren't as smart as you look, Mr. Young. Indeed, the construction of the seat and cockpit windows is very different. While the seat windows are 3 layers of polycarbonate resin, the cockpit windows are 5 layers of reinforced glass and polycarbonate resin. Seat windows are 14 millimeters thick, but the ones in the cockpit are 45 millimeters. Passenger windows are designed to withstand external pressure, but the cockpit windows have to be able to withstand collisions with birds. Open windows like that, sir. Please.
You know quite a bit about this airplane, don't you?
It's only natural. Our passengers' safety may rely on it.
Natural? I'm not sure I'd use that word to describe your encyclopedic knowledge.
And I'm not sure I'd use the word encyclopedic. Why, this level of knowledge, even you could easily attain it, Mr. Young.
Easily?
Yes, very easily.
How?
Why, by taking a quiz. Quizzes are a great way to remember almost anything. You want to give it a try, don't you?
Looks like I stepped on a landmine.
I'll give you some simple questions. All you need do is answer them. The beginner level only needs 3 correct answers to pass. Are you ready, sir? Question. What is jet fuel made from? That is correct. Kerosene doesn't freeze at low temperatures and gives off no soot. That makes it extremely effective as an aircraft fuel. Okay, next question. Question: how many parachutes for passengers does a passenger aircraft carry? That is correct. Letting an amateur loose with a parachute would do them no favors. If something should happen, don't think about jumping out. I would instead recommend adopting the brace position. Next, the last question at the beginner level. Your luck runs out here. Question: what are airplane tires filled with? That is correct. Friction with the runway causes aircraft tires to become very hot. When this happens, using nitrogen minimizes the risk of fire. It is also inert, doesn't oxidize, and contains no water, so it doesn't expand. Nitrogen is therefore the perfect choice when it comes to landing and taking off. Oh my! This is quite something. You've cleared the beginner level. Congratulations. However, that's all this was. The beginner level. Next comes the intermediate test. We'll get started as soon as you are ready.
It sounds like the Quizmaster isn't done yet.
Ready for the intermediate quiz, sir? Think you have what it takes? The intermediate level needs 5 correct answers to pass. Question: how can you tell at a glance if an airplane carries passengers or cargo? That is correct. A cargo plane doesn't have windows. There are no passengers to look out of them after all. Getting rid of the windows also makes the aircraft lighter, and also increases the strength of the body, like for military aircraft. Even something like a single window makes a big difference to an aircraft. Now then, question 2. Question: why is the air very dry inside an aircraft? That is correct. At high altitude, there is a large gap between inside and outside temperatures. That means moisture in the air would cause condensation to form. If that water rusted or froze, it could block pipes, causing all sorts of issues. That's why the air inside of the aircraft is kept very dry, to keep the aircraft safe. Now then, question 3. Question: what do the pilot and co-pilot have prepared for them separately? That is correct. It prevents both of them suffering from food poisoning. Everyone has heard that though, haven't they? However, what about on the ground? Did you know they eat different meals before they even take off? Always think of the worst possible scenario and act accordingly.